Setting and having goals is akin to a pilot having a flight plan for where he or she needs to go. Without that flight plan, that pilot may very well end up in New York when the intent was to get to Jamaica. Today, we're talking about setting goals. And in particular, I am sharing my goals that I've set for 2021. Without that flight plan, without those goals, we may end up in places doing things that was not our intention. I am hoping that you will join me on this journey as I set my goals. Hello and welcome or welcome back to SevTalksMoney. If you are in the market for building wealth, crushing debt, gaining financial freedom, or even growing your business, then you are in the right place. So again, today I am talking about setting goals, and particularly I am talking about my goals that I have in mind for 2021. The first thing I want to do is I want to share with you how I approached setting my 2021 goals. The first thing I did was I looked at 2020 and I wanted to see what I did and how I did it. And I got a lot done in 2020, more than I planned to, but things were a bit scattered. And I looked at my board, whatever they call this thing that I had for 2020, and I realized that I had a lot of great words on there and I had a lot of great things, but really there was no cohesiveness to those words. There was no cohesiveness to what I did on my board for 2020. And yes, I did get some things done, as I said before, but there was no cohesiveness to the plans that I had for 2020. And who knows if I could have done more if I had some kind of overall strategy. So with that, I examined 2020, just to see what I did well and what I could do better. And what I decided based on that examination is I have come up with 2 words for 2021. And I know people say, one word for 2021, but I came up with 2 words for 2021. And the words that I came up with are declutter and alignment. And declutter for me is more than just things. It's my mind. It's my spiritual life. Just getting rid of things. Is there something that I can delegate to somebody else to do? How can I simplify my processes? What should I donate? What should I trash? Is there something I'm holding on to that I need to? And when I say something, I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about things in my house. I'm talking about all the things that I'm holding on to that really I need to trash. The things that I need to give away. The things that I need to keep. What can I sell? What can I recycle? What do I need to declutter to make my life simpler? And then in decluttering, that's going to bring my life in alignment. So that's why I chose those 2 words for 2021. It's declutter and alignment. And for me, alignment is making sure that my actions align with my goals. I could be doing something that's wonderful, something that's great, but it doesn't align with my overall goal. And I'm going to share my overarching goal for 2021 in a little bit. But I want to make sure that everything that I do is in focus and it is in alignment with my overall goal or the goal that I'm going to be working on that week, that month, that day. And they have a little flow chart here that I want to share with you. I'm not going to follow it in a stringent way, but the gist of this flow chart, I love the gist of the flow chart. You talk about discovering long-term priorities. What are your long-term priorities? What are your long-term goals? What are the goals that you're wanting to accomplish in 2021, in maybe the first quarter of 2021, in maybe the first month of 2021? What are those goals? What are those priorities? Write down your goals that will allow you to accomplish that. Then you want to prioritize what's important, what's urgent. And as I go through my goals, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I'm trying to accomplish in the first part of 2021, the things that I'm trying to accomplish at the end of 2021, and the reason for that. And then you plan and you act on those things, and then you celebrate your achievement. So that's my plan for 2021 is my words of declutter and alignment. Now, my overarching goal for 2021 is to impact the lives of at least 10,000 women with my personal finance content. And I know I probably won't reach 10,000 women, but I will reach women who can tell other people about what I'm doing on this channel, who can tell other people about what I'm doing on the podcast, who can tell other people about what I'm doing through my book, which I'm going to be talking about later. So that's my goal. My overarching goal for 2021 is to impact the lives of at least 10,000 women with the personal finance content that I share in the different mediums. This figure is really representative of my what I want to do. I want to be able to impact some who will impact others, and the impact will continue. When you share the content, when you have one-on-one coaching with me or group coaching with me, and I make an impact, and you share that with your cousin, and your cousin come to me as for coaching, that is the impact that I'm going for. So that's my overarching impact. My overarching goal for 2021 is to impact the lives of at least 10,000 women with the personal finance content that I share. Now, the first goal that I have that I would love to achieve in 2021 is spiritual growth in my prayer life and reading of the word. Because for me, that is representative of, and that's going to impact all the other areas of my life. So when I can get into my Bible more and pray more, and it's not about Christianity, it's about my relationship with God. If I can get that to the place where I hear from God, and I hear clearly through my Bible reading, through my prayer time, through my quiet time, when I center myself and I can hear clearly from God, then I know that I will have clearer direction as to how to go. And whatever your centering is, whether your thing is doing yoga, whether your centering is doing going for a quiet walk or whatever it is, all of us, I think, needs that centering. We need something, some tool, some process to center ourselves so we can really hear what we need to go. Because the world is so busy. Everything is so noisy. You walk into the stores and the music playing and the TV going. You walk into somebody's house and the kids screaming and the TV going and the radio blaring and this going and all of that going on. Everything is so noisy. You need a place and you need a time to center so you can hear your thoughts and you can hear where you need to go. You can strategize as to where you need to go. And for me, that's reading the word and prayer time. So that's my first goal for 2021. Is to make sure I grow, because in 2020 I fell off the wagon when it came to reading to praying more. I did read my Bible on a regular basis, but my prayer time it was not where I wanted it to be. The next goal I have is my financial goal, and for me right now, my financial goal is more about financial freedom than it is about debt payment, because the only debt I have left is some student loans. And right now I'm more about financial freedom than I'm debt freedom, because I have done the debt freedom. I have gone down to where I only have a few dollars left on, well, it's not a few dollars, but I have some dollars left on my student loans. So right now my financial freedom is what I'm focusing on. And with that, I'm already talking to a realtor about investment properties, because I want to now go the route of investment properties. That's my goal for 2021. And what was my overarching goal? To impact the lives of 10,000 women with personal finance content. Now, if I can show them how I, as a single mom, I'm able to get investment property and how I align my finances, even with debt, to be able to do that, then I am going to be able to impact them. When I have that financial freedom, that cash flow, that's going to enable me to make decisions not based on debt, but decisions based on financial freedom. That's an awesome place to be. And that's where I'm trying to get to. Another thing that I want to use in 2021 is HSAs. I want to be able to take advantage of HSAs, to be able to use them as tools to save. My 401k is great, thank God. I'm contributing to that on a regular basis. My savings, I'm blessed to be able to have at least 6 months of savings right now in my emergency fund. And I'm so thankful for getting to that place, because a few years ago, if you read the blog on my website, you will see that a few years ago, I had zero savings when I went through my divorce, zero savings, and my net worth was negative. And today I have at least 6 months of savings in my emergency fund. So I'm thankful for that. Another thing that I want to do in terms of my financial goal is to grow my passive income stream. Right now, I have invested in Bitcoin, and I invested a few years ago, but I never paid attention to it. And I went back just the other day to look at it, and that thing had grown 3 times. So if I had been paying attention to it, I would have been making more monthly investment, and I would, who knows where my passive income stream would have been. But my plan for 2021 is to really pay more attention to Bitcoin and those types of passive income stream. So again, my spiritual goal is to increase my prayer life and reading of the word in 2021. Financial goal is to focus on my financial freedom journey in terms of real estate investment, HSAs, and continue to contribute toward my 401k, and to grow my passive income streams, including real estate investment. Now, the other thing that my other goal that I have is related to business/education. And what I want to do for that is I am wanting to become a certified financial counselor, and it's the accredited financial counselor certification. I was very blessed, thank you God, that I got a scholarship so that I don't have to come out of pocket with that nearly $2,000. So I was very blessed that I was able to get a scholarship. I applied and was selected for a scholarship for the accredited financial counselor certification, and my goal is to complete that to complete the exam in 2021. Now, there's some other things that come along with that, and I may not be able to, because I have to have some practical knowledge, practical experience that I may not have by the end of 2021. I'm going to work hard at getting that, but it may not happen. But at least the exam I can complete by the end of 2021. Now, my next thing is to complete my book that I've already started. I want to complete that by the end of 2021. That's going to be a combination of my story, and it's going to be a combination of my financial journey, and also tips in there, and strategies about saving, budgeting, those sort of things. So I am going to be combining my story along with practical tips in that book. And the book is already started. My goal for that book is to complete it by the end of 2021. And I'm sharing these big goals, but of course, as I talked about, I'm going to tag my other video that I did on goal setting. In order to get to these goals, I'm going to have to do many bite-sized goals throughout the year. So if I'm wanting to get something done in, say, January, I'm going to have many bite-sized goals for every day of the week, or every day of January, before I can get to that goal. So again, for 2021, I am planning to complete that book, and you guys are going to hold me accountable because I said it in public. Complete that book in 2021. And then my e-course, which I've already outlined, the plan was to complete it in December, but I got off track, doing something good, doing something that is relevant, but I am pushing that back to the first quarter of 2021. I really wanted to complete the book and the e-course together because I wanted them to be companions, but I'm pushing for the e-course to be completed in the first quarter of 2021, keeping again my overarching goal in mind, which is to impact the lives of at least 10,000 women in 2021 with my personal finance content. So I want to get that book up there, because if you're not aware of it, there is a personal finance crisis in this country. Studies have shown that 7 to 8 of every worker is in some kind of financial bind. Okay, so that tells me that for 10 persons that you meet, 7 to 8 of those are having some kind of financial crisis. And I know that this is my calling, this is my gifting, to be able to minister to people on the personal finance realm. And I have a heart and a passion for that. And I want to get that course out there. No more lollygagging, no more dragging my feet. I need to get this out there because there are people who need the help, and I have the capability, I have the knowledge, I have the information, and I have the gifting to be able to bring that information to them in a way that makes it relevant and fun and not stressful. So I want to be able to do that. So again, for the business education goals is to complete the accredited financial counselor, the AFC exam by the end of 2021, preferably by June, the middle of 2021 is really my target. But if I make it to the end of 2021, I'll be happy to complete my book by the end of 2021, into which the book is going to encompass my story along with practical tips, and then complete my e-course by the first quarter of 2021. Another thing that I want to do under the guise of, or under the heading of business education goals, is to have at least 3 speaking engagements where I'm speaking to women about personal finance. I have not yet identified the organizations that I'm going to be pitching to get those speaking engagements, but I can assure you that I will be talking to at least 3 groups in 2021. I am making that happen. Now, another thing that I want to do under the business education goal heading is to grow my coaching business. I want to grow more than I did in 2020. I want to grow my one-on-ones, and I want to grow my group coaching business because, again, there is a crisis and I want to be part of that solution. I have the answers. I have some of the answers. I'm not going to say I have the answer. I have some of the answers. I have some of the strategies. And as I study for the accredited financial counselor exam, I'm going to be learning even more more strategies that I can use to impact women. So I want to be able to grow my coaching business, impact the lives of women. They can impact their families because most of the times women are leaders in their families. And so I want to be able to impact them so they can impact their families, and they can impact their families, their families. Okay, so the other 2 things that I have under the business education goals that I want to accomplish is my podcast and YouTube. I want to monetize my podcast and my YouTube. And for those of you who are watching, I'll just go right to that. For those of you who are watching, if you are seeing a red button, that means on the subscribe, that means you have not subscribed to me. So please subscribe, comment, share, and like. The more you share, the more YouTube realize that there are people behind this channel who are wanting this information, and they will push that information out. So please subscribe, share. You can hit the thumbs up right now as you're watching me do the live, and then about 5 minutes after the live is over, you'll be able to come back and comment. For some reason, you can't comment while the live is going on. You can chat, but you can't comment. So you can come back about 5 minutes after the live is over to be able to comment on the broadcast and let YouTube know that you are enjoying the content. The more you engage, the more YouTube will realize that you're enjoying it, and they will push it out to more people. Okay, so let's move on to the other category that, and also I want to make a note that I am looking for at least 8 more subscribers to reach my goal for 2020. So if you are watching this now or you're watching the replay, I'm looking for at least 8 more to be able to reach my goal for 2020. Help a sister out. And share the stuff. Okay. All right. So on the professional and personal realm, I am looking at Vertex certification, and I really have this here as a loose stretch goal. And this is for on the professional level. Now, the reason I have it here is I'm not getting younger. I'm getting older, folks. I ain't getting no younger. Okay. So I'm looking at the fact that as you get older, companies tend to want to hire 2 people for your salary and bring them in. So I am looking at Vertex certification as a way for me towards, as I get older, to be able to do contract work with companies, and I can go in and help them with their Vertex tax system and help them set it up, help them set up the process flows and all of that. So that's why I'm looking at Vertex certification. I am blessed right now to be working for a great company with a great salary. So, it's not an immediate thing, but I want to make sure I do that Burkitt certification. So it's going to be a professional goal, and it's more a stretch goal for 2021. The other thing that there are two other things that I want to accomplish under the professional, personal categories, and the other is adjunct accounting instructor. I am blessed to be able to start on January 11th. I'll be starting as an adjunct. Well, I'll be starting actually as a academic coach, where I'll actually be helping an instructor with in the classroom, grading papers and all of that. And the course is accounting analysis. So I'm very excited about that. That is already starting in 2021. So I'll reach at least half of one of that goal, because my real overall goal is to have 2 accounting instructor position per semester. I want to be able to do that. And my job is 9 to 6. I work 9 to 6. Between 6 and 11, 12 o'clock, there are 5 to 6 hours. There's a lot I can do in 5 to 6 hours. So I am wanting to have at least 2 adjunct accounting professor roles, or 2 classes. Let me back up. I want to teach 2 classes per semester, and 2 accounting classes per semester in the higher ed education, in the higher education sphere. Can't talk today. I want to be able to do that. And the other thing that I want to do is to improve my public speaking skills. And to that end, I joined the Toastmasters at my company. They took a hiatus at the end of 2020, and I decided I didn't want to take a break. So I joined another Toastmasters club, and luckily, because we're doing it virtual, I'm able to join a club in Florida, and I'm attending that meeting every other Wednesday, I think it is. And I also attending one on Thursday. So I am trying to do my best to improve my public speaking skills, because again, my overarching goal is to impact the lives of 10,000 women with my personal finance content. If I can't articulate my information, no matter how great my information is, it's not going to be successful. So I need to learn how to articulate the information that I have in a way that is effective, and in a way that's going to do the job that it's intended to do. So those are my overall goals. I have some other goals that I don't want to share here because they're a bit more personal, but these are goals that I think you might want to know about, and you can help me track as I go along, as I do my YouTube and as I do my podcast. You can help me track these goals as I go along, because they are goals that will impact, will help me achieve the overarching goal of impacting the lives of 10,000 women. Whether it's going to be financial freedom, which even though you might not see the financial freedom, it's going to do that, because then I can make a decision about a job not based on pay. I can make a decision about a job that gives me the flexibility. Like, thank God I have this job. It pays well, but it gives me flexibility also. So I have the flexibility to be able to work, set my hours. I say I want to work 9 to 6. And then, after 6 o'clock, I can do what I need to do. I don't have to be on the computer 24 hours trying to do, answer questions or anything like that. I put my hours, and they respect my hours, and I have that flexibility. So I want to have the financial freedom to be able to achieve all of these things, because again, the overarching goal is making sure I do what I was called to do, which is impact the lives of women, whether it's teaching accounting, teaching about budgeting, teaching about cash flow, teaching how to manage your credit card, teaching you how you can maximize your HSA, teaching you how an IRA can be beneficial to you, teaching you about how if you deposit a dollar now, how much that value can grow over time, teaching you about, making sure you pay more than the minimum and how that impacts you on your debt, those sort of things. I want to be able to have the freedom to do that, because the more people, again, that I can free and teach them, it's not even about education. It's about education and application of that education. The more I can do that, the better that I can be, the freer I can be when I see the impact that it makes on people's lives, and the freer you can be to make an impact on the people that are around you. You can probably tell that I'm excited about this, because I was born to do this. I was born to make a difference in the area of personal finance. It took me 50 plus years to get to this point, and I don't want anybody else to have to go through the what I went through like this to get to my goal. I don't want anybody else to go through that. So the earlier, I'm teaching my daughter right now, she has a savings account that's very robust. She makes sure she puts $100 every paycheck in that savings account. And we're talking right now about investments. I'm getting her set up for her to understand money and how money works. Because when you have that knowledge, it is so freeing. When you get that money, you know how to sit, be still, and make a plan for your money. You don't run out and buy a Ferrari, and when you win the lotto, you sit and you be still and you strategize and you make a plan, you set your goals, and then you go spend that money. And that's my goal, is to make sure that I can get women educated to be able to take that strategy. When you get your bonus, you don't want a big tax refund, and because that means the government is holding on to your money. And so if you're getting like $3,000 in refund, that means you're giving the government 100 plus every, or whatever that divided into, 100 something per per month, or whatever pay period. You're giving them that money that you could put in a savings account, as little as it pays now, or you could use it to make an investment. In maybe half of it you could invest in bitcoins or something else. You could put some of it in HSA. I want to educate women to be able to know that they have those options. Don't wait and give Uncle Sam your money, and then at the end of the year you get $3,000, and what are you doing with it? You go shopping or whatever. No, I want you to make your money work for you. During the month, you're struggling to pay your bills. Well, you're giving Uncle Sam your money and waiting on that big refund. No, take that money and be able to use it and maximize it to the best of your ability. And again, I have some other goals in the area of health and fitness and relationships that I won't share here, but I'm hoping that what I've shared is helpful for whoever you are watching now and whoever is going to be watching the replay. And it will be helpful to you to be able to set your goals. Now, I am going to share here. Share that right here. And if you have any questions in 2021, we have some exciting things planned for the podcast and for YouTube. And if you have any questions or any topics that you want me to share, please send me an email at severn@SevTalksMoney.com. Severn@SevTalksMoney.com. No solicitation. If you send me, people have been sending me solicitation. Guess what? They deleted and blocked. No, don't send me no solicitation. So if you are wanting to, for me to cover a particular topic, send me an email here, and I will make sure that it goes on the roster for 2021. We have some exciting guests lined up. Some of them don't even know they're guests yet, but we have some exciting guests lined up for 2021. And if you have not checked out my podcast and you want to do that, please go to SevTalksMoney.com/podcast and check out a couple of the episodes. We don't have a lot because we started in October of 2020, and I do them every second and fourth Wednesday, so we don't have a lot. But January 13 will be our next podcast, and I look forward to engaging with you through those podcasts. And with that said, let me check out the comments. I know I have a bunch of comments here, but I wanted to get through this first, and so that those who are watching the replay, they will be able to get the content. And then if they choose not to see where I interact with those that are in the comment, then that's their choice. Okay, so let's see what we have in the comments. Beverly saying hi, everyone. Judy, Asian American Legal Focus, is saying hi from North Carolina. Beverly saying my daughter and granddaughter made their new vision board this past weekend. Yeah, it's a great thing to have, but it has to be structured. It has to be set up in a way that's going to, when you look at it, you see your goal. Because as I said, mine was, I had great words and everything. I mean, it was great. I had great stuff, but there was no cohesiveness. It was just words everywhere. And so when I do mine for 2021, it's going to be much more structured. It's going to have categories. And within the categories, you're going to have the goals so that when I look at it, then I know, okay, for education, this is what I'm achieving for education. It's not going to be all over the place. Sid Miami is saying hello from Miami. Judy is saying, sure, thanks to YouTube, you'll eventually get the word out and affect people. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Judy. And let's see who else is saying. Beverly is saying God will speak to you. Kathy Coates is saying hello. Please go check out Kathy's YouTube. I think she's like 3 away from 100. So please, please, please go. She has great recipes, great content. So please go subscribe to her channel so she can get to 100 before the end of the year. I don't know if that's her goal for the end of the year, but I'm gonna make it my goal for her goal to get to 100 by the end of the year. So please go subscribe to Kathy for great cooking content, and tell people who you know are always looking for recipes to go subscribe to Kathy, and also subscribe to Judy, who is Asian American Legal Focus. Subscribe to her. Her channel is growing by leaps and bounds. So I'm sure she will enjoy the subscription. She shares legal things in a fun way. So you will enjoy her channel. If you have legal questions, of course, she can't give advice, but she can give you some general information. And she only practices in North Carolina. So please go check out her channel if you want to learn things about court cases and different things like that. So check out Judy at Asian American Legal Focus. All right, let's see who else has a comment. Kathy's saying awesome about your book. Thank you so much, Kathy. And Judy saying great goals. Thank you. Beverly saying you can do it. We will hold you to completing your book. Thank you. All right. And then let's see. Judy's saying, how about Dress for Success? I think that's a national charity. Their clients could use your help. Yes, I have a few in mind here in the Atlanta location, in the Atlanta area. I just haven't decided which ones yet. But I'm just targeting 3 for 2021, and with the hope that I will continue to grow. And who knows, one day I will be at Essence Festival on the stage speaking. Speaking that into existence. Yeah, so Judy's saying, oh, sorry, I have to go. Toastmasters is great. I did it a couple of years. Enjoy the rest of the day. And AMSAB Kitchen, great plan. Please, oh my God, you have got to check out AMSAB Kitchen. The dish I'd made for Christmas with the baked chicken with veggies I got from their channel. And Beverly, I know you will enjoy their channel. And Sid, if you're still here, you will enjoy AMSAB Kitchen. My God. awesome recipes. I've made a couple of their recipes already, and that chicken was just so great. And AMSAB Kitchen, she said, we'll check her channel. But yes, please go check out Asian American Legal Focus. It's a general legal information in a fun way. And but she can't give specific advice, but you can get enough information to be able to make it applicable to your situation. And also Kathy Coates, you want to check her out because she's, as I said, last time I checked, I think it was today, she had 97, and I want her to get to 100 before the end of the year. So again, thank you everyone for joining me today. And I hope that whatever goals you make for 2021, that you'll be able to achieve them. It's, if you put your plan in action, you'll definitely do that. As I shared at the beginning, the analogy that I used was the pilot. If the pilot is flying a plane without a flight plan, he's going to end up where he doesn't want to go. So if your goals are like a flight plan for you, for your life, and once you put them in place, then you are going to be able to get to where you need to get to. But you have to put those goals in place. You got to put them in a prominent place. And I'm going to tag the other goal setting video that I made a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to tag it in this video. And when YouTube releases this, I'm going to put it up at the top as the end cap, so you're able to look at that that video in conjunction with this video to be able to set your goals for 2021. And I will see you in next Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. I look forward to another great session. And Amsab Kitchen is saying we'll definitely get her to 100. Awesome. I know Kathy will appreciate that. She has a great channel to Amsab Kitchen. But again, Beverly, I know if you're still here, and Sid, if you're here, I know you're going to enjoy Amsab Kitchen. Sid, should they use sorrel that we're used to? They use sorrel in a dish that they made, and I was like, wow, I've never seen sorrel used that way. So I know you'll enjoy their channel. So thank you again, everyone, and I will see you next Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I look forward to having you share your goals in the near future, and I will continue to share and let you know where I am in my in achieving the goals that I set in this session. Thank you so much, and have a great Sunday afternoon. Happy New Year, and I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. Thanks, and have a great day.